Okay. Hi. Wow, everybody's ready. Good afternoon, Gabriela Lopez. Gabriela, hi. Hola, hi. Okay. Krisa, hi. Hi. Rose. Yes, Cheryl. Okay, so we are in Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube channel, Mother of Dragon. Wow, that's powerful. Okay, so we are here in YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I hope everybody is doing great. Hola, Lisette, desde Argentina. I'm great. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are great too. Okay, so today we are talking about, I don't know if you have any request, or you just want me to go and do what I'm planning to do, which is the book that you're going to be using today, or the reference book that I'm using today is the book number 5. And book number 5, and if you check in your book number 5, if you don't have book number 5, you go to Amazon and get the book in Amazon. And of course, book number 1 has to be a must. Everybody should have book number 1, and the one we are using today is book number 5. And then this one is going to be talking about basically relationships, and sometimes people become emotionally completely a piñata. You know, a piñata, like, you go with the like you completely lost. You're completely reacting to to everything that happens in your life, and even things that have no value for your life or to you, but you constantly, repeatedly are responding and reacting to the naysayers or to the negative people in your life. Linda Flores, hi Jessica. So you guys have any request for today? Francisco, get lost. Let's go. Get lost. I'm not here to do a double bicep for you. If you want to see a double bicep, go to a bodybuilding show. So get lost. Bye bye. I'm here for another purpose right now. Don't get confused, baby. Some people, this is the thing with people. People don't have a sense of timing, and this is the reason why a lot of people fail in life. Because if you ask what you need to ask at the right time, in the right place, in the right situation, it will be given to you. But if you are constantly asking when it's the wrong time and the wrong moment, that is one of the greatest reasons for failure in life, because your timing is horrific. And this is the thing with life, with God, with your boss, with your family, with your friends. If you ask them at the right time, at the right place, in the right moment, everything will work out for you. Thank you for asking that, because it inspired me to tell you something that will allow you to keep away from failure by learning to asking at the right place at the right time. I am always at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And when you have that affirmation in your brain, you are going to really go places, and you're going to really live a life. You're going to live your life in a very fruitful way. Okay. Now, so why is I love you too, Inc. Okay, before I keep on going, any request? Okay. Okay, because you don't have any requests, I'm just gonna do my video, and then we're gonna bye, tata. Okay, why? Part of the reason Part of the reason that people are always in the wrong place, with the wrong question, with the wrong attitude. Hola, Ramona. Ramona, do you have any request? It's because they don't know how to behave in the right manner. And they don't recognize that everything is in a cycle. Everything will repeat itself. If you don't change your behavior, which is the only thing that you can change, you're going to repeatedly keep doing the same thing over and over again because you have no clue that what you're doing is exactly what's keeping you in the situation of mediocrity that you find yourself today. So if you want to grow, evolve, and get the thing that you want, you have to start changing. And you have to recognize that a change has to start with a new. Because every time that I fail to recognize my weakness, the points where I need to work, where I need to get stronger. And what I do is to point the finger to somebody else. Immediately, I'm losing my power because as long as I don't recognize my flaws, my weakness, and I keep pointing the finger to somebody else, how can I solve the problem when I don't even become aware of my mediocrity? Remember, um, one of the things that's going to help you to change your perception about life is about recognizing that nothing in this world is permanent. And a lot of people waste their lives, waste their time, and waste their energy because they're assuming that they are going to have time, energy, wisdom, and money to do what they want to do, but they don't recognize that in the present moment they are misusing this potential. And that is what happened with a lot of people because they assuming that they're gonna be here today. They don't have a sense of eternity in their heart. So what happened that you live a life of disappointment. You are the person that are constantly disappointed. You are the type of person that you feel that you're not achieving your goals. You feel that you're not moving in the direction that you want to move. But if you want to make progress, you have to stop, analyze, evaluate, reflect in what you are doing. And we are in a beautiful time right now, which is the end of the year. And so you have another opportunity to sit down and look at your life and see in what direction you are going. And if the direction you are moving is the direction that you want, more power to you. Congratulations. So we have to be determined to act, and as you go in towards that direction, you're gonna be confronted with changes. And one of the things in life that we need to do is to learn how to embrace change, how to welcome change, because we all know that the only constant that is in life is change. That's the only thing that is not going to change is change, all right? Okay, so as you go through this, you're going to face a lot of challenges. Life is going to present you with difficulties, with challenges. And it's not about the challenges or difficulties of life, it's my attitude towards those challenges, towards those difficulties. Because one of the things that I need to learn very quickly is that every challenge, every change is an opportunity for me to grow and mature. I repeat, every challenge, every difficult situation, every hardship is an opportunity for you to grow and to mature. And this is the thing that you see constantly right now. Very immature people who haven't dedicated their time and their energy and their potential to mature and to grow. And you see people that in their, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna stay nice. Hi, Gabby. I'm gonna stay nice, okay? Okay, so every challenge, every change, every difficulty, what it is an opportunity for growth. And then what happened, I don't see it that way. Immediately, I take the attitude of, for me, life is hard, life is difficult. Why is that always happening to me? No, every situation is an opportunity for growth and to mature. We know that difficulties in life, you can't avoid that. Difficulties in life are going to happen. You can't avoid difficulties in life. So if we already know that in life I'm going to be faced with difficulties, hardship, and difficult circumstances, so I have to prepare myself. But if I have this Pollyanna kind of delusion in my head that I'm not going to be confronted with hard times or difficulties or challenges, then I'm not going to prepare myself because I live life with no self-awareness. And what happens when you are the type of person that you know that in life is you're not going to avoid to have challenges, to have difficulties, to have people who fail you, to have people who abandon you, people who criticize you, people who condemn you, people who hate you, people who don't like you. Okay, what are you going to do? It's not about all that stuff that I just said. It's about my reaction to that. So what happened, because I don't prepare myself, I don't do personal development, I don't work in my body, my mind, and my spirit. So what happened, I keep going through life every single year without growing and without maturing. So that's what you say. You see that people who have this kind of negative attitude, nothing works for them. It's because we need to have a toolbox of things that when this crisis comes in, I had tools to defend myself. I had tools to take care of myself. But if I don't develop any type of tools emotionally, physically, spiritually, how can I gonna survive? How can you survive any attack or any illness if you don't take care of your body? How are you gonna be strong-minded? How are you gonna be facing challenges, very difficult situations, and you tougher? And every time you have a difficult time, you become stronger, more powerful, stronger, powerful, stronger, powerful. You do that when you have tools that you work, because you know you have things that you can use and you benefit for your growth. But if I only respond, no, in this case, one will not be responding. In this case, will be reacting. When I don't prepare myself, I'm constantly reacting to the things that happens to me. I don't take provision. I don't take advice. I don't take my body, my mind, my spirit, people. I'm suggesting things to me, but I think I know it all. So what happened? I live a life totally in disorder, totally crazy, totally without any direction. And so what happened? I spent all day scrolling in social media, looking at somebody else's life and ignoring the areas in my life in which I need to work so I can grow and mature in all areas. And when what happens is when you take that approach, when you take that responsibility, then you will maintain inner peace. You maintain inner peace. You are you have calm and inner peace. A lot of time people talk, oh, I want peace. I want peace. I'm in search for peace. You don't search peace. You don't look for peace. You have peace inside of you. So that is the thing that I have to have that awareness. But a lot of time, because I don't take time to take care of my mind, then I'm not self-aware of the things that I need to do. So when we accepting all the things about life, all those challenges, all the difficult situations, then we maintain inner peace, and we can face any challenge in life with a positive attitude. And it's not because you don't, I want to try to make this clearer. It's not that you're not going to have challenges. It's about your attitude. It's about the joy in your life. Because a lot of time we confuse to be happy with be joyful. When you look for happiness, happiness is outside of you. Happiness has to do with something that happens to you. Happiness has to do with something outside of you. But when you have joy in your heart, joy is something as an inner force. It's an inner being within you. Joy is totally different from happiness. So what happens that if you cultivate the quality of being joyful always, because when you choose to be joyful, you don't need anything outside of you that I'm going to give you that joy. That joy, it comes from your inner self. That joy comes from your essence. That joy comes from your awareness. That joy knowing that who you are. That joy comes from your integrity. That joy comes from your happiness. That joy is who you are. So when you live in your life based on your joy about being here, knowing that because you know yourself, no matter what situation life threw at you, no matter what circumstances life punch you with, you know you're gonna make it great. You know you're gonna be strong, and you know you're going to stand strong. That's the attitude. When you have that belief that you have a force within you, that wherever you go, whatever you do, you are going to be successful, because you are the type of person that has that inner joy within you, and you know that wherever you go, joy was with you. Wherever you go, happiness was with you. Wherever you appear, fear disappear. You are the type of person who feel that no matter what, you're gonna make it, that you're gonna make it, and you're gonna come out of that situation stronger, more powerful, and end with a character that is stronger than the one before, that when you started that situation. And if you part of that, you find it in my book number 1, because my book number 1 is all about that. It's about, regardless of your circumstances, you don't believe in circumstances. You make it happen. You don't you know you're not the type of person that the circumstances are gonna define you. You define the circumstances. So I have a beautiful thing here in one of my books that it says, you cannot, number 1, it says, you cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him to find it within yourself. And this is Galileo. Galileo said, you cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him to find it within himself. So nobody can, everything that you need to know is within you. And this is what Galileo said. You cannot, I'm going to put it like this. You want to check it out or make a copy, that would be great. You cannot teach a person, a man, a woman, anything. You can only help that person to find it within you. And your job is for you to find within you that joy. And when you have joy in your life, you are going to be a happy person no matter what's going on. I have another good one that I'd like to share with you. Okay. And this is another good one that if I think it comes with this. It has been said that people can be divided into 3 groups. People can be divided into three groups. Those who make things happen. Now, what type of person are you? There's three type of people. Those who make things happen, those who watch what happened, and those who wonder what happened. So who are you? Are you the type of person who watch things happen? Are you the type of person who make things happen? Or are you the type of person who wonders what happened? And that's probably the majority of us are or is the type of people who are constantly wondering what happened because you were distracted with things that it didn't matter, that didn't make any difference in your life. Accepting impermanence is not resignation, but the art of mastering your emotions and your thoughts. So when you accept that everything in life changes, that the only constant is change, it's not that you're resigning, that you're giving up. No, okay, now I'm giving up. No, it's a matter of mastering your emotions and your thoughts. And the only thing you have control, the only thing that you can control is your thoughts and your emotions. And if you don't want to be an emotional piñata, then you better start taking control of your emotions and developing the habit, the ability to master your emotion, not to be reacting to stupidity, to everybody who says anything. You get offended, you get this, you get that. It's not, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't make any sense to people like me that if you develop a skill, it's like going to the gym. When you develop a strong muscle, when you develop your strength, your power, you feel stronger. You feel like anybody can come to me, and I know anybody can come to me, and I know I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to fight. I'm going to defend myself. But you know why I feel that way? Because I have muscles physically, and the same way as spiritually, and the same way as emotionally. When you are physically weak, anybody can beat you up because you're freaking weak. You don't even have, because even if you're smaller, but the rage in you, the confidence in you, the power in you, that you can get that person and beat the hell out of them, it's going to be there. It's going to be in your attitude. And what scares people is not your strength and power, but it's your attitude. And if you come along as a person who is strong, and you feel strong, you're going to defend yourself. I saw a case not too long ago. I could not believe that this kid, 21 years old, it was just in court. He was sentenced to life in prison last Friday. And this kid, 21 years old, he killed his parents, a man and a mom, as his father and his mother. And my question was, how can this kid be more powerful than two people? I mean, and my conclusion, I saw the whole case from the beginning to the end. And my conclusion was, the parents they were probably taking medication. They were probably not fed physically, because at least you fight. So anyway, I don't know why I started saying that, but I know why. Because you have to have that self-confidence. You have to feel that the only thing that you can master is your emotions and your thought. And you have to master your emotion, your thought, and you have to master your physical body, because your physical body is what's going to allow you to really face the challenges with a positive, healthy attitude. Because if you feel sick, if you feel like you don't have energy, and you feel this, and you feel, forget about it. It's done deal. This feeling of confidence creates an inner strength, helping us to not to be defeated by external factors. So when you feel that way, external factors are not going to defeat you, because number one, I believe your attitude. If you have an attitude of confidence, an attitude of strength, and an attitude, don't talk to me that way, an attitude, don't touch me, an attitude, if you do that to me, you're going to regret it. that is that number one is fun because you see the people's face, you see people's face, scare them, you scare them. Okay, so it's beautiful. Now, how can we maintain an attitude of confidence, an attitude of um, the, a positive attitude when difficult situations come? Number one, and you guys already know this, okay, Gabby, I am not negative, but I just don't know how to defend myself. Well, how to defend yourself? Well, it depends. Somebody's gonna. I mean, how to? Gabby said, "I am not negative, but just don't know how to defend yourself." Number one, a lot of time emotionally, in some case, everything is relative. It depends on the situation. But as example, you have to choose your fights. You cannot fight with everybody, okay? So if somebody, in 99% of the cases, emotionally, you don't have to fight because the only thing you have to do is be silent. Your silence speaks louder than whatever you can say. A lot of time, the best way to fight is not to fight. And that's a contradiction and it sounds like a paradox. But we have to choose. You know, and this is what the spiritual part of it comes in, because that is what is called a spiritual discernment, that you can discern what is worth it, what is a value, what is the type of that person deserves for you to be wasting your saliva arguing or fighting with that person. So everything is relative. Josefina, okay. Lily, okay. Ahora, now, so how to defend yourself? Now, physically, if you train, if you the best, you work on your muscle mass, and you have a sense of confidence that you're strong physically. Well, some people are gonna think about messing up with you. So everything is relative. But anyway, so let me keep on going here. Acceptance is not giving up, and so acceptance. Okay, and this is what I'm just saying about Gabby with her question. Acceptance is not giving up or surrendering to fate. It means to understand that life is a continuous change of changes, focusing and you reset. You constantly resetting the thing that is happening in your life, because everything is temporary, nothing is permanent, and you need to be going with the flow, because going with the flow allows you to have that flexibility that you gotta be like liquid, like water, that the water flows. So sometimes we have to be that way. So and other time we have to be strong. So it's a beautiful. The beautiful thing with life is just like this combination of strength and softness, hard and loose, and the discernment. When you develop that spirit of discernment, you know when to fight and when to not to fight. That's amazing, and that is very powerful. Now, that's work that you have to do at the spiritual level. That is no work that's a different level. Okay, so when you work at the spiritual level, because you have that sense of discernment, that intuition, that sixth sense, that little voice within you that you trust, and you learn how to obey. It's amazing. So one of the things that we have to do, not to keep constantly reacting and losing our sense of peace, is to focus on the thing that I can control. I have to focus on the things that I can control, that I have power over. I have to let go of those things that are beyond my reach. Okay. One of the things that we can control is how we react to change. One of the things that you can control is how you react to change. And one of the first thing that I need to do is to focus on the thing that I can control and that I can control. Let me calm down because it's easy to say, and we all know that. It's the application of this ability, this quality, to learn to only focus on the thing that I can control. How many times you are in any situation, and immediately your mind goes to criticize, uh, give your opinion, complain about this person, and then you recognize, hey, when I'm working on letting go of the thing that I cannot control, when you make that conscious choice and your conscious mind goes into the gets out there to criticize and condemn other people which you don't control, immediately you bring it back to I have to focus on the thing that I can control. Instead of looking at other people in the gym with their cell phone, all sitting in the sitting in the machine with their phone, texting and all the. Instead of me focusing on them, I have to refocus on myself. That I can't control that they sit in the machine for hours on the phone at the gym. So that is beyond my control. And so we have to learn how to let go of things that are beyond your control. And you might ask yourself, or you might be wondering, what about the people close to me? What about my family? That's the same deal, because you the only thing you can do is to do the best that you can. But we think we can change. We think we can make people do things. We can think we think that we have the power to make them think the way we want to think, or the way you feel that they should think. Oh my God, I'm really I have to calm down, because it's just like, I get so hyper and so electric. It's because I see this type of behavior, and it's a waste of life. It's a waste of time, and a waste of your beautiful, awesome potential. And you go through this life just for a little bit. And for you to waste your precious energy and the time given to you on things that are irrelevant completely, including the people in your family. They're gonna do what they wanna do. You and the family you come from, that's over. The family you came from, is over. That's over. You cannot keep blaming them, looking back at them and condemning them. It's over. Now it's up to you. The family you created, the family you created, the family you created, you do the best you can, and they're going to make their own choices. And you have to be okay with people that you give in birth, people that you've been um, sharing your beautiful life with. And at the end of the day, they're going to choose and they're going to do what they want. And you have to be okay with it. Your biggest mistake is to think that because they are your children, or your wife, or your husband, or your sisters, whatever, they're going to follow you. No, my darling. You can scream, follow me, believe in me. No. People are going to do what people want to do. And you have to be okay with it. And you know why you have to be okay with it? Because you do what you want to do. I'm okay with everybody in my family doing whatever they want to do, because I do whatever I want to do. And I don't like you telling me what you think I should do. That I should do this and I should do. Now, that's my choice. My choice. And the only thing you can do is to be present, to support, When your children are in your home, you give them the best that you can give them, and that's it. After that is done, then it's your time. Then it's your time. And that time you don't waste, because you invested 50, 40 years in a family that you created, and now it's time to grow and to mature and develop. Let it go. We must learn to live in harmony with those around us. So every step that we take is filled with love, patience, and peace. Love, patience, and peace. So, how do you achieve that? By learning to live in harmony. Create your own world. You create your own reality anyway. You create your own reality anyway. So get with it. Learn how to live in harmony. How do I do that? In my experience, the only way you can learn how to live in harmony is by you developing a ritual in which every single day you have time for yourself, a time that you reconnect, you reset yourself, and you get to know yourself. And if you can be outside, spend investing, because this is not spending, investing time outside, meditating, reflecting, thinking, observing, connecting with the source, with God. You call it whatever you want. The creator, the creation, the power of life, the Dantien, the Chi, the Prana. Every culture has a name for this force, the spirit. That is the only way that you really reconnect, and you know that the peace, the calm, the joy that you're looking for is within you. But the only you're going to recognize that is by you investing time in having that awareness of who you are as a spiritual being. Because yes, for the human being, it might be sound a little bit difficult, but you have to understand that you're not only a human being, you are a spiritual being. You have a soul, you have a spirit. You know that you have your mind because you can think. You know that you have a body because you see your body. And you know that it's something in you that is a spirit. What about that? Cultivating that spirit, cultivating that muscle is going to take you to the love, the peace, and the patience and the calm. So you learn how to be in eternity every single day. Difficulties are opportunity for growth and development. That we said that in the beginning. Difficulties are opportunities for growth and development. Difficulties are opportunities for growth and development. And sometimes we have a difficult time to digesting that information. That my difficulties, all those challenges, all those bad time, all the problem, all the stuff is for me to grow. It's for me to grow. I have to get it in my head. It's for me to grow. So when you accept that and you go through the pain and you go through the aggravation, and when you come through it, or when you go above it, or when you jump through it, man, you come out so beautifully, stronger, powerful, um, indestructible, invincible. It's just amazing the power that we all have. Don't look at challenges or A challenge is as something negative. It's an opportunity to learn. Remember Edison? Remember when the journalist asked, told, what this journalist was interviewing Thomas Edison, and the journalist said to Edison, "Mr. Edison, how long are you gonna keep trying to invent the light bulb? You have failed 10,000 times, and you keep on doing." For the journalist, that was failure. And you know what Thomas Edison said, because famous quote. Thomas Edison said to him, "Sir, I have not failed 10,000 times. I have found 10,000 times that doesn't work." How about you? Do you have a little bit of Edison within you? Think about that. Challenges, failures, like the journalist tells us, Edison, sharpen your brain. And this is another thing. When you have difficult time, you get smarter. It sharpens your brain because you start seeing answers, solutions where before you could not see it. This is the beautiful thing with challenges. That's what I like. That was, for me, there is no difficult times, stuff like that, because when I have a challenge in my life, it's amazing because then you start seeing solutions that you could not see before. The only way you can see new solutions, new opportunities is through the challenges, because the challenge your brain. You get sharpened. Isn't that amazing? You get smarter. You say, "Wow, I didn't think about that." But the only time you're going to think about it when you get a challenge, when you get a stimulation, that the neurons get a stimuli, and that neuroplasticity in your brain starts working, and you say, "Aha," and you find the beautiful solution to whatever situation you find yourself today. Isn't it amazing? I love it. Oh, Marcus Aurelius. Remember Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher? He was a king. He had a kingdom. And Marcus Aurelius, he will meditate every single day, and he worked in himself. That was one of the things this guy did. He had beautiful books, meditations about Marcus Aurelius. And he said, "The impediment to action advances action. The impediment to action advances action." When you cannot act, the difficulty of not acting makes you act. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. What stands in the way becomes the way. What stands in your way becomes the way. The challenge, the problem, the difficulty, the circumstance becomes the way. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, the impediment to action advances action. You cannot do it? Yes, I can. What stands in the way becomes the way. Think about that. What stands in your way becomes the way. You stop seeing it as a difficult, horrible nightmare, and you start acting in a way that challenge, that difficulty becomes the way. You find that beautifully in my book, number 1, in which I tell you the story how I made it here. Because whatever is, and I didn't know this thing that I know today about Marcus Aurelius, you go through life and you keep growing and you keep learning and you keep experimenting and you keep maturing. So I just did it instantly. And this is because what I said to you before, that joy is algo innate inside of you. So whatever came in my way to achieve what I have today, I apply that. Whatever stood in my way became my way. It's amazing because once you look back and you say, oh my God, it's true, it's real, it's for real. But you have to, number one of the things that is going to allow you to discover this is you have to have a goal. You have to have something that you want to achieve in your life, something that for most people might seem very difficult, impossible, but not for you. Okay, so and that was in my case. In my case, I had the goal after graduation: I'm going to the United States or I'm going to Europe because I want to get my master's degree. At that time, that was my most amazing, outrageous goal. Why outrageous? Because I didn't have money. I don't come from a family that had financial resources to send me overseas to go to school and all that kind of stuff. Everything just was in my head, just a dream. But when you have a dream that propels you into the direction of what you want to go, it's amazing because that's when you start that revelation that what stands in the way becomes the way happen, and you see it happening for you. And that's the most amazing magic show that you can experience. It's a magic show of your own life evolving right in front of your eyes. Wow, my life is like that. You have to have a strong, positive mindset. And this is another point. You have to have a positive, strong mindset towards all the challenges that you might be facing. You have to have a strong, positive mindset towards all the challenges in your life. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be what? Your attitude. At the end of the day, it's going to be your beautiful attitude that is going to allow that all the impediments to action advances action. And what stands in your way becomes the way. Mwah! I love it. When you face adversity, when you face adversity, you have two choices. You can give up, feel like a failure, that you're good for nothing, or you can stand firm and learn from what is happening to you. So you have these two options in life. When you face with adversity, you can choose to give up, and most people do, and feel like a failure, or you can stand firm and learn and grow and mature and become and fight. Fight for what you want, for your dreams. Because the fighting is not against anybody outside. The fighting is with your own mediocrity. You're fighting your own self. That's what we are fighting constantly, every single day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you're fighting because you're fighting between mediocrity and excellence. Mediocrity, I stay in bed. Excellent. I get up and I go to do my exercises. I get up and I read. I get up and I do something positive. I get up and I have a positive attitude. Those are the options that we have every single day. Seneca once said, difficulties strengthen the mind. Difficulty strengthens the mind. So when we learn, when we grow, when we study, and we read all these great philosophers that they don't teach this anymore, Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Difficult. So, and we will have a completely different attitude about difficulties, because if you get in your head that difficulties strengthen the mind, like as labor does the body. Labor, you work in the field with your body, or you're training hard. The same thing, the difficulty will train your mind as labor trains your body. Oh well. So I hope you had a good time today. Difficult. Okay, let me finish with this. When with these difficulties, our mind become resilient. We build patience, determination. We become stronger. We grow. We mature. We persevere. We have determination. We have self-control. Wow. Amazing. Don't you want that? I do. Okay, now I'm going to stop and I'm going to answer your questions. If you have any question here on Facebook, YouTube, let me see. I doesn't move. I don't want to mess up with this. Okay, any questions, everybody? Okay, remember the book that we are using today. Of course, you have to have book number 1, and the book for today is book number 5. And some of the things that you find in book number 5, how God tries to reach you, why were you born, how does your life relate to heaven. You are essential part of this universe. Learn how to see the big picture, spiritual growth, spiritual maturity, integrity, and age, core values, stages of life, stretch yourself. All these goodies are in book number 5. So, of course, book number 1 is a must, okay? Okay, nos vamos. Are we done here in YouTube? No questions on YouTube, no questions on Instagram. Wave here. Okay. Okay. Okay, déjame ver. Oh. Lisa, okay. Checking. Okay. Well, okay, my friends, no questions. Okay. Great way to explain, doctor. When you meditate or have time with yourself, do you always think about God? Good question. Maybe. She's a great way to explain that when you meditate or have time with yourself, do you always think about God? You know, that's an amazing question because my opinion, we should always be thinking about God because that's prayer. In the Bible, I think it's in Philippians, talk about praying ceaselessly, constantly. And the prayer is to have the awareness to be in the divine presence all day long. The quick answer is yes. The explanation for that is that keep working towards keeping your mind pure. Let me because what we are looking at the end with the meditation is I was just writing something about that. Yeah, good question because it's really it's a deep question because it's about being in that presence all day long. And that's meditation. Why? Because meditation is what you're thinking. Meditation, we think meditation is to be in a special place. We think it's a pose. I have to be like this, or legs crossed, or I have to be talking. Meditation is to be in the presence of the divine. The awareness that you're in the presence of the divine all day long. So the beautiful thing with that is that when you make that choice to constantly, God is the mind with which I think. I see God everywhere because God is in my mind. So when you have this kind of awareness that you have, because see that's a great question maybe because you have to be evolved and spiritually. You have to be in your path of spiritual evolvement to have Number one, that kind of question, and number two, to understand what I'm saying, because once you have this kind of feeling, you have a calling to be in that presence. So you're not thinking about your rent. You're not thinking about what you're gonna wear. You're not thinking about what you're gonna eat. You're not thinking about what's going on out there outside. You are constantly in the presence of the divine, and that is meditation. And that's what the Bible says about praying ceasingly or continuously all day long. Because sometimes when you read a scripture, oh, how can I pray all day long? What does that mean? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Heavenly Father. No, it's the awareness to be in the presence, to feel the presence, and to ask to be in the presence. That is an amazing, beautiful question. Maybe Silva. Did I answer? Because it's I can keep on going with that. If you have a follow up to that, yeah, because it's better to meditate on God. It's better to meditate in the power of life than to meditate. I don't have enough money to pay my bills, because that kind of meditation increases the lack of money. That you are cultivating exactly what you don't want. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for your reply, maybe. Silva. Okay, Instagram, any question about this? Good. Yes, yes. In my case, yes. The reply is yes. Do you cultivate that by reading it? Absolutely, because when you have to have you have to have a foundation of something. Like if you want to know about me, you watch my videos and you read my books, right? Because you want to know who is this woman, where she come from, what is her deal. You know what I mean? And the same thing happened with the spirit. The food of the spirit is the word of God. And the word of God is represented for us, the Christians, in the Bible. And the more you want to get to know God, the more you're going to read it. And the more you read it, the more you feel the urge to read it, because you're getting closer and closer and closer. And you're developing this amazing, beautiful relationship that your whole life becomes just a miracle. You just, everything happens to you in a beautiful, wonderful way. And when you know for a fact that all things work together for good for you, and when you know that, when you know it's that mentally and you know that spiritually, you know that anything that happens for you happens for you, happen to you, is going to work out for you. Why? Because God says so. And then the thing is that life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more I think that way, the more I'm going to attract to me that good energy. The more I think negative, the more I'm going to attract that evilness. But the more I stay away from the evil and get closer to the divine, and closer to the divine, I'm find my essence, my nature, and discovering that my nature is divine nature. Then you have a hunger. You feel hungry for the word. You look forward. I look forward to my morning ritual. My morning ritual starts at 2:15 in the morning with a meditation for 15-minute meditation, which is a Christian meditation. And I do that in my bed. And then by 3 o'clock, I get up and I continue with my ritual on my spiritual development. That's the work of my spirit. And every morning I look forward to that, because the nurturing, the food, the nutrition is good food, it's quality food. And when you have a feast of amazing food, that's for me my morning ritual. And that's what I get my wisdom, my insight, my information, what I supposed to do. I didn't want to do this today. And the spirit, and then you learn how to discern when it's from the spirit, when it's God talking to you, and God put to me, and you're gonna do it, and He put the dress, and He put the earring, and it's just an amazing, beautiful flow. Because sometimes you have the human part of it, and you have the divine part of you, but then you learn how to allow the divine part of you to really take control over your life, and then you surrender. But for me, for us, for anybody to surrender to the callings of the Holy Spirit, we have to know the Holy Spirit. We have to know the promptings. We have to know when is God talking to you or to me, and when is Josefina or you talking to you. I know I was talking to me like looking for excuse not to do this today, and then God said, no, you're gonna do this today, and you have the dress, and you have this, and your hair looks beautiful, because you look for excuses to slack, because we all do that. So, but unfortunately, in cases with me, when I want to slack, the Lord says the inner energy, the power of life, the prompting of the Holy Spirit, está saying, no, 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 you're going to do it. And it's just amazing and it's beautiful. And that's the joy that you find in your life. And when you have that knowledge in your heart, and when you cultivate that in your mind, you live a life of the fruitfulness, and you will be known by your fruits. Yes. All that to say yes. Yes. Great question. Okay, my friends. Okay, I'm going to go. Are we ready to go? It's 3:20. Maybe do you have another follow-up or a question? I love you guys. It's so beautiful. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's so beautiful. Hi, Instagram. Instagram is quiet today. Okay. I had noticed that you refer to powerful phrases for notes from important people. Oh, definitely. Yes, I have noticed that you refer to powerful phrases or notes from important people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because yes, absolutely. Because it reinforces what you already know. And when you read other people, when you quote Socrates or Aristoteles or Marco Aurelius or Seneca or mm, uh, the power of your subconscious mind, Joseph Murphy or Norman Vincent Peale or uh, Malcolm X or amazing mentors that I have, which has come from my formal education and my independent reading. Like, what is this one that I'm forgetting? Oh, he had this beautiful thing, the scale of oh, wow, it's one of my favorites. But anyway, oh, I can't believe I forgot. Yes. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you for answering. Thank you for letting me know. So that helps me because I feel like, what is this great educator? My God, he did the scale of hierarchy. Maslow, Abraham Maslow. How can I forget Maslow? Maslow is my mentor from the beginning. Maslow and another one, Abraham Maslow, and let me have a drink. Maslow, L. Nightingale, Norman Vincent Peale, William James. Maslow, William James, the father of American psychology. And this William James, he coined the phrase a human potential. He said in the 50s. So I like the originals, the people who came with the idea, because everything everything else is a spin-off. You want to get about me, you learn from my book and from me. But if you learn about me from somebody else, they're spinning the who I am. But if you get it from the source, and that's the type of learner I am. I go to the source. I want to learn about God. I study the Bible. I'm going to learn about human development, personal development. I go to Maslow, to William James, the father of American psychology. That's how I learn. I go to the source, the original people, not the ones who read a book and spinning around it. No, give me the real deal. I go straight to God. I want to know something about God. I go straight to God. And God talks to me, and I talk to God, and we had a great time. Okay. I love you guys. 1 hour. I love you. See you tomorrow. See you later. I'm gonna say goodbye, and you too. Remember, Instagram, Facebook, come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, share, and leave a beautiful, amazing comment. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you like the videos. Give me your feedback, because if you give me feedback, then I feel even greater. And nothing is better than me feeling greater. I love you. Thank you, guys. I love you. Support the channel by liking, sharing, and leaving your beautiful comment. Mwah. Pao, here is your double bicep. It doesn't get any better than this. Oh, yes, me. Keep working harder at it. Amazing. I love you. Mwah. I love you. Thank you so much. Pao. Wow.